Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today is Tuesday, February the 6th, and we got 7 games on today's schedule. Some pretty interesting games. We're going to check them out in just a bit. Remember guys, just a couple of days before the trade deadline, and like I talked about in the previous videos, we got to be a little cautious and in my opinion, lower our bet size, guys, protect our bankroll. Things can be a little weird in these next couple of days. Last minute players might get pulled, get moved, so we have to be on high alert. But that's not going to stop us from what we do every day, our routine, going over every single game. So let's check these games out, guys, and see if we can come up with some winners. Let's go. All right, in our first game, we got the Houston Rockets in Indiana taking on the Pacers. The Houston Rockets, guys, just 2 wins in their last 5. The team is struggling. As usual, all season on the road, they have not been playing well. And tonight, make things worse, their starting point guard, Fred VanVleet, is expected to miss significant injury for the Houston Rockets, who are downtrending and on the road, guys, are not very good. The Indiana Pacers, 2 wins in their last 5. They snapped the 3-game losing streak with a 16-point win in Charlotte. Played pretty well in that game, bounced back from the 3 straight losses. Granted, guys, the 3 losses did come against some pretty tough competition: Sacramento, New York, and Boston. Tonight, they should have an easy one against Houston. The lean is on Indiana here, but what I am going to play here, guys, I'm going to take a bet here on the total, the over-under. I'm going to go the over 242.5 points. I know Fred VanVleet being out will not help because I think he scores something like 20 a game, but both teams, guys, rested. Indiana, guys, we know is the highest scoring team in the NBA. They're unstoppable at home. I am leaning also towards a play with the Pacers and the -7.5, but I think this is going to be a track meet. Both teams rested. Houston against elite competition on the road tends to give up a ton. I think this game is going to shoot over this point total, the 242.5. Up next, we got Dallas and Brooklyn taking on the Nets. The Dallas Maps, 2 wins in their last 5. Coming off a win last night in Philly, 16-point W. They started off that game pretty slow, but in the second half, dominated, ended up getting a comfortable win at the end. Kyrie Irving came back, performed pretty well in his first game back from injury. Still without Derek Lively Jr. and Dante Exum, the 2 injuries for Dallas. Second night of back-to-back with travel, the short trip from Philadelphia to New York for the Dallas Mavs. The Brooklyn Nets, 3 wins in their last 5. They're coming off an 11-point loss last night against the Golden State Warriors. They put up just 98 points in that game. Brooklyn, guys, one of the teams that I think will probably have a lot of movement now during the trade deadline. And they looked a little uneasy overall yesterday. They did not look as sharp as they did in the previous games. They were uptrending, playing some pretty good ball overall. But last night, guys, they looked really flat against a Golden State Warriors team that was also shorthanded. Tonight, they're catching 2.5 points at home. My lean, guys, and my play here is going to be with Dallas. I'm going to take Dallas on the money line. I'm going to pay that little extra juice. Would not want to get hooked. This game could go down to the wire, but I think Dallas will edge them out. I'm going to put 2 stars behind this play. All right, next up, we got the Orlando Magic and Miami taking on the Heat. The Orlando Magic, 4 wins in their last 5 games, 3-game winning streak. They are uptrending, playing some pretty good basketball, and most importantly, guys, healthy. Took a look at the injury report. It's clean. The team has been struggling with injuries all year, so for them to be completely healthy is a major positive for the Orlando Magic. The Miami Heat, 2 wins in their last 5 games. They are downtrending. We're on a 2-game winning streak, though. Got that snapped in their last game against the Clippers, an 8-point loss at home. They were without Tyler Hero in that game and Duncan Robinson. Tyler Hero is expected to play tonight, listed as probable. Duncan Robinson also listed as questionable. There's a chance he comes back. So there's a high probability, guys, that both teams will be at full strength. Now, this ball game, guys, as you can see, I had it at 3. The line estimate looks completely accurate. But I'm going to go with Orlando here. I'm going to take them here plus the points. I just think they're a better ball club overall. And when they streak, guys, when they uptrend, they tend to they string together a lot of good results. Miami, the more desperate team, I know they need some wins, but I just think Orlando's the better ball club here. Plus 3, I'm going to take them in this spot. I think it's the right side. Now, next game, we got the Memphis Grizzlies in New York taking on the Knicks. The Memphis Grizzlies, guys, 5-game losing streak. The team is in tank mode. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but the injury report, we've talked about this, guys. It's a mile long. A lot of players that are playing now are G League level players. I don't think they even have an NBA job if the regulars were in the lineup. Memphis, guys, just trying to finish out the season now. Headed towards the draft lottery. They're coming off a couple of straight blowout losses to Golden State and Boston. As we see here, 14.5-point dogs. Here against the Knicks who got their winning streak snapped in their last one against the Lakers, an 8-point loss. The injuries finally caught up to the New York Knicks. Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson, Anunoby, 3 very important players, starters, missing from the lineup. New York, though, has been holding up pretty well without them. Jalen Brunson, guys, the main reason for this. I think, like I said, the 2 reasons. Jalen Brunson, also the team on the defensive end has been elite. Now, the Knicks, guys, I do expect them to win and cover the spread. Like I said, they're playing against a G League team. There's always the risk of them playing down to the competition, even though Tom Thibodeau teams, I don't think they're the type that take days off. So I do expect New York to win and cover the spread. But my main play, guys, is going to be on Memphis and the team total under 99.5 points. I don't think they reach triple digits, guys. They just don't have the quality to put up a lot of points. Also, guys, New York, renowned for their defensive prowess. They're a team that they're very hard to score on. On the year, guys, they're just giving up 109 points a game. Tops in the NBA, guys. The best defensive team in the league are the New York Knicks. So I do expect them to keep Memphis under the 99.5 points. I'm going to take them under Memphis, the team total. All right, our next game, we got the Minnesota Timberwolves in Chicago taking on the Bulls. The Timberwolves, 3 wins in their last 5, 35-15 on the year. Very impressive. Minnesota secured a spot for their coach, Finchie. He's going to be coaching the All-Star game, Minnesota. We saw some celebrations, videos of celebrations at the end where they showered him with water. And the mood on the team overall looks pretty good for Minnesota. They're winning, guys. No injuries, healthy coming into this game. Chicago Bulls, 2 wins in their last 5. They're coming off an 8-point loss at home to the Sacramento Kings. A game that they pretty much lost wire to wire. They did make a run at the end, but they ended up falling short, dropped that game by 8. Now, Chicago, guys, I think is one of the teams that probably will be active before this trade deadline is over with, so we do got to keep an eye on them. They're catching 5 points at home. My lean in this game, guys, I'm actually going to have 2 picks here. My first one's going to be with Minnesota and the -5, 2 stars behind this play. And my second pick is going to be a play on the under 217 points. Minnesota actually has the best defense in the league at 106.7. Minnesota, guys, we know they got size and very good perimeter defenders in Jaden McDaniels and Anthony Edwards both play defense. Chicago, like I said, could be a little uneasy heading into this trade deadline. I do expect Minnesota to win this game comfortably and hold Chicago to a low scoring tally. I know the last 2 times these 2 teams met were very high scoring affairs. Last year, Chicago 139 to 131. Before that, 150 to 126. They've been putting up huge points. This number, guys, is very low. The books do look like they're hunting for some over money here. I think it's going to be a low scoring game. I'm going to take the under 217 points and Minnesota -5, my 2 plays in this game. Up next, we got the OKC Thunder in Utah taking on the Jazz. The Thunder, 3 wins in their last 5 games. They're on a 3-game winning streak. Coming off a tough one, though, against Raptors. Needed double OT in order to get the win in that game. 135 to 127. The Thunder started off very slow, got down by 23. Made a huge run, though, came all the way back. Won the game in double OT. Held on to the top spot in the West, guys. 35-15. Tied with the Minnesota Timberwolves, but they do have the head-to-head. So they are first in the West. The injury report, we do have some significant stuff over here to look at. Jalen Williams, J-Dub, did not play in that game against the Raptors, listed as questionable tonight. They're going to need him in the lineup, guys. This is a tough game tonight against Utah. The Utah Jazz team, who are one of the best teams at home, guys, 16-7. Utah bounced back from their 3-game. They were on a 3-game losing streak, bounced back with a big win against Milwaukee. 123 to 108. It looked like they were going to go for a 4th straight loss. They were down at the end of the 3rd quarter by double digits, but ran the Milwaukee Bucks. Took advantage of Milwaukee's second night of a back-to-back. They just ran out of gas. Utah ran them and picked up a nice 15-point win. Utah, guys, very tough at home. Now, the matchup between these 2 teams, guys, OKC has had the Utah Jazz number. They beat them 5 straight times. I know Utah is tough at home, but I think the Thunder are really going to want this game. Hopefully, Jalen Williams gets back in the lineup for OKC. I'm going to look for them to win and cover the spread here. I got them with OKC -3, 2 stars. I want Jalen Williams to play, though, guys. OKC, I think, needs this game. They know Minnesota's in Chicago tonight. They want to keep the top spot. Let's take the Thunder here, -3. All right, in our last game of the night, we got the Milwaukee Bucks in Phoenix taking on the Suns. The Milwaukee Bucks just 2 wins in their last 5, 1-4. 1-3 actually so far during their West Coast trip. Doc Rivers been on the bench for all 4 of these games. The only win coming in Dallas by 12. coming off a loss in Utah, a game that they controlled throughout 3 quarters, but completely fell apart at the end. Second night back-to-back, they just ran out of gas. They were also shorthanded, guys. Brook Lopez was out. He's been out for like 3 or 4 games now for personal reasons. Chris Middleton was held out for load management. Chris Middleton should be back in the lineup tonight. Brook Lopez and Damian Lillard also on the injury report listed as course. We'll get to check their status. The Phoenix Suns, 3 wins in their last 5. First came back from a trip out east. Picked up 3 wins, guys, against Miami, Brooklyn, and Washington. Lost to Atlanta and Orlando. First came back from a trip, guys, like we talk about, is never really a good spot. My Phoenix Suns, 3.5 points favored in this game. My lean, guys, I'm actually going to have 2 picks in this game. First one's going to be a fade of the spot of Phoenix first game back. I'm going to take Milwaukee here with the plus 3.5. This is going to be just a 1-star play. I hate betting against my Phoenix Suns, but like I said, first came back from a trip. Not the best of spots. Milwaukee, guys, I do need at least Damian Lillard and Chris Middleton to be in. If Brook Lopez comes in, even better. My lean is with Milwaukee and the points. And my second play, guys, is going to be a bet on Devin Booker. I do expect Devin Booker to have a big game, and I'm actually going to put 3 stars behind this one. Devin Booker, guys, the only player remaining from a Phoenix team that played against Milwaukee in the NBA Finals a few years back. He loves getting up for games against Milwaukee. I think he has a big one tonight. I'm going to take him here over the 28.5 points, 3 stars behind this play. And these are my thoughts and my plays for tonight's 7-game schedule. Obviously, guys, I don't bet on every single game. My best plays I will post down as a pinned comment, also on my Twitter at PickNBA Bets. A reminder, guys, just a couple of days before the trade deadline, I've lowered my bet size. I recommend you guys do the same. I know a lot of players, a lot of sharp handicappers will be holding out even till after the All-Star game. I don't think I'm going to go that far, but these next couple of games, we do have to be careful and also wait till last minute. Like I said, trades can happen, guys. Players could be warming up and they can get pulled last minute, so we do have to be extra careful. And guys, with that being said, I am going to wrap up the video right here. I'm going to wish you all good luck on your plays, and I'll see you all again tomorrow. Have a good one. Later.